Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into a true legend of Irish whiskey today.
Uh-huh.
If you've ever heard of Bushmills, you know it's got history. Serious history.
Absolutely. And we've pulled together some, well, fantastic sources for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah. What are we working with?
We've got excerpts directly from the Bushmills website itself, and also a really insightful blog post from Whisky.dk.
Whisky.dk.
Yeah.
That's the big Danish whiskey retailer, right?
That's the one. Denmark's largest whiskey store, actually. So good perspectives there.
Okay, cool. So here's our mission for you listening in. We're going to guide you through these sources.
Yeah.
The idea is to quickly get the real story of Bushmills. We want to understand not just the history, which is immense.
It really is.
But also that distinctive style, what makes it taste the way it does, and, ultimately what makes it stand out.
Exactly. Let's jump right in.
Let's do it. History first.
Right. And speaking of history, the fact that immediately anchors us, from these sources anyway, is just how far back the story goes.
Yeah.
Bushmills Distillery was founded in 1608.
1608. Just, wow. Pause for a second and think about that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And the sources make that bold claim. It's the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery.
That's the claim. That kind of heritage is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It truly is. And it's not just a date, is it?
No, the sources emphasize this isn't just a dusty old number. It's really a testament to survival.
Oh, so?
Well, this place has navigated centuries of, intense political upheaval, economic hardship.
Right.
And it's still standing, still distilling.
Surviving everything since 1608. That level of resilience, that's almost part of the story itself.
Precisely. And bringing things a bit more into the modern era.
Yeah.
One significant development the sources point to is the acquisition by Casa Cuervo. That was in 2014.
Ah, okay. Casa Cuervo.
And they note this has been pretty crucial for enabling continued investment, development, and innovation at the distillery.
Okay, that makes sense. Having that kind of backing, that can clearly fuel growth and evolution, even for a place with such deep roots.
Definitely.
And this ancient, resilient distillery, where exactly is it? We should probably mention that.
Good point. It's right there in the town that shares its name, Bushmills.
Bushmills Town.
Located in Northern Ireland.
Right. So you have this incredibly long history happening in a specific historical place. But history is one thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The real story for many of us is, well, what's actually in the bottle?
What does it taste like? Yeah.
What defines the Bushmill spirit itself?
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think, because the sources highlight a core production choice, triple distillation.
Ah, triple distillation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We hear that term associated with Irish whiskey quite a bit.
We do.
What does that mean for the final spirit, according to what we've read?
They are very clear on this. It results in an extra soft and clean taste profile.
Soft and clean.
That's the hallmark of Bushmills. Think of it like putting the spirit through that purification process one extra time compared to some other methods.
Okay.
Which, strips out some heavier elements and leaves behind that characteristic smooth, light feel.
Okay, so soft and clean is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
How does that specific style, based only on what our sources tell us here, compare to other well-known Irish whiskeys?
Well, the Whisky.dk source offers a useful perspective on this.
Right.
They contrast Bushmills with Jameson, for instance, noting that while Jameson is often a blend of malt and grain whiskey,
Okay.
Bushmills is a pure single malt.
So a different base ingredient, different focus there. And single malt, for the drinker, that typically means you're getting a more focused expression of flavor, purely from the malted barley.
That's generally the idea, yes. Pure malted barley flavor.
Okay. What about someone like Redbreast? That's another highly regarded Irish whiskey.
Right. The comparison with Redbreast focuses more on the production style itself. Redbreast uses a pot still method that often results in a fuller, kind of richer body.
Right, that pot still spice sometimes.
Exactly. Whereas Bushmills, because of that triple distillation and the single malt focus, it's highlighted more for its fruitiness and a light elegance in contrast.
Wow. Okay, so even within Irish whiskey, you have these quite distinct profiles emerging from those production choices.
Definitely.
Triple distillation, pushing towards softness, cleanliness,
Mm-hmm.
single malt, giving you that pure barley focus. And the result is something lighter, maybe fruitier than a pot still style. That's a key distinction.
It absolutely is. And speaking of flavor, a significant layer of complexity, especially when you get into their premium single malts, comes from their use of sherry casks.
Ah, right, like for those lovely older expressions you see. The 10, the 16, the 21-year-olds maybe.
Exactly those. What do those sherry casks contribute?
Well, according to the sources, they're key to adding depth and complexity.
Depth and complexity, yep.
And they even specify the kinds of flavors you get from those casks. Dried fruit, spices, and nuts.
Ah, those classic sherry notes, you really expect those. And the sources specifically mention Oloroso sherry finish being quite popular.
They do, yes. The Oloroso sherry finish is noted as a particular favorite
Ooh.
among fans who enjoy, well-matured, balanced whiskeys. It really leans into that richness and those beautiful fruit and spice notes.
Makes sense. So let's sort of sum this part up. Ancient roots, a core identity built on triple distillation for a soft, clean, single malt. And then the crucial influence of sherry casks adding depth, those dried fruit, spice, and nut notes.
Right. So what about specific whiskeys in their range? What flavors can you actually, find?
The sources list a good variety of expressions you might find.
Like what?
Well, from the everyday original up through the 10, 16, and 21-year-olds, there's Black Bush.
Black Bush, yeah.
They even mention a very rare 46-year-old single malt, which is incredible. And some interesting limited releases like a 10-year private reserve aged in Bordeaux casks.
Wow, 46-year-old.
Yeah.
And Bordeaux casks. That's quite a spectrum.
It really is.
And they actually give some flavor notes for a few key ones in the sources, which is great.
They do. For the original, sort of the entry point,
Yeah.
they describe vanilla, caramel, and oatmeal.
Okay. Vanilla, caramel, oatmeal. That sounds like a welcoming, pretty approachable start, right?
Yeah.
Simple, sweet notes.
Exactly. Then moving up to the 10-year, things get a bit more complex.
How so?
Apple tart, chocolate, and honey.
Ooh, apple tart, chocolate, honey. That sounds absolutely delicious. More layered, definitely.
Uh-huh.
And the 16-year, what about that one?
The 16-year brings in almonds, honey, and port notes.
Almonds, honey, port notes.
Okay. Yeah, you can really see how those longer aging periods, likely with significant sherry or port influence in this case, start developing those nuttier, richer characteristics.
That progression in flavor notes is really interesting to see laid out like that.
It is.
And the sources even offer a tasting recommendation based on this range.
Yes, they do. They advise starting with the standard editions, like the original or Black Bush, to get a feel for the core style.
Makes sense.
And then moving up to the more complex older ones. And importantly, to specifically taste the difference between expressions aged primarily in bourbon versus sherry casks.
Ah, to understand how that wood truly shapes the spirit.
Exactly. See what the cask itself is doing.
That's excellent advice for exploring the portfolio. Okay, so once you have your bottle, how do the sources suggest enjoying Bushmills? Neat is always an option, of course.
It is, yeah, and they confirm you can definitely enjoy it neat, but they also really highlight its strength as a versatile spirit for cocktails.
Versatility is key for many drinkers. That's good to hear.
Definitely.
They list some specific featured cocktails too, don't they?
They do. They mention the Irish highball, which sounds refreshing.
Uh-huh.
The oldest fashioned, which is a nice nod to that history we talked about.
Yeah, good one.
A honey and ginger highball, and also a sherry cask Manhattan.
Okay, so a mix of styles there.
Mm-hmm.
Refreshing highballs and more spirit-forward classics like a Manhattan.
It seems they see it working well in both kinds of drinks.
Those all sound like fantastic ways to showcase the spirit's profile. And I also saw mention of golf. Did I read that right?
You did. It's a slightly unexpected tie-in.
Yeah.
The sources mention a connection, specifically a Meet Us on the Course initiative,
Okay.
linked to golf cocktails, collaborations, and events. So yes, they seem to have found a home on the golf course, apparently.
Interesting marketing angle. Okay, so beyond just drinking the whiskey, is there an experience connected to Bushmills? Can you actually visit the place?
Absolutely. The sources talk about the experience of visiting the distillery
There you go.
in that very town of Bushmills in Northern Ireland.
Right. What does a visit typically include, according to the sources?
Well, you can take tours of the production facility, see how it's all made.
Cool.
And excitingly, they offer tastings, including sometimes rare additions you might not easily get elsewhere.
Oh, wow. Getting to taste rare whiskeys right at the source.
Yeah.
That's a huge draw for enthusiasts.
For sure.
And if you make the trip all the way out there, is there anything else cool nearby?
Yes, the sources definitely mention the proximity to the Giant's Causeway.
Ah, the famous one with the basalt columns.
That's the one, the incredible, famous natural geological formation. So you can combine history, nature, and whiskey.
That sounds like a pretty perfect trip itinerary,
That may
honestly.
sound bad, does it?
Not at all. Finally, let's talk about recognition. Awards. Are they winning awards for this whiskey?
They make a pretty significant claim here in the sources,
Oh, yeah. What is it?
stating that Bushmills is Ireland's most awarded single malt.
Ireland's most awarded single malt. That's a strong statement.
It is.
Do the sources provide any, evidence for that?
Yeah.
Or just the claim?
No, they do back it up with specific recent examples right there on the website, actually.
Okay.
They list a 2024 award winner designation for both their core original and the 10-year expression.
Okay, recent wins.
And a 2025 award winner for the 16-year.
Wow, 2025 already. So they're actively winning recent awards across key parts of their range.
Seems so. It definitely lends weight to that claim of being Ireland's most awarded single malt.
Yeah, that's fascinating. What strikes me here is how they leverage this deep ancient history with a very specific, consistent production philosophy that triple distillation focused on single malt.
Right.
And then use things like careful cask selection to create this distinct flavor profile that's getting recognized, both by drinkers, presumably, and these award bodies.
It really is quite a story, that commitment to a specific style, refining it over literally centuries. It clearly pays off.
So let's try and wrap this up as we finish our deep dive into these sources. What have we found?
Well, we've traced Bushmills back to its ancient beginnings, 1608, recognized its status as the oldest licensed distillery, and its incredible journey of survival.
Right, and we zeroed in on its defining characteristic, that triple distillation yielding an extra soft, clean, single malt spirit.
Positioning it differently from, say, blends or those fuller-bodied pot stills.
And we saw how sherry casks, particularly Oloroso according to the sources, build depth and complexity.
Yeah, with those signature dried fruit, spice, and nut notes, especially in the aged expressions.
We've seen they offer a diverse range of whiskeys with specific flavors.
From original to the 10, 16, 21. Even older.
They're versatile in drinks. They even tie into the world of golf somehow.
Big golf thing?
And offer that unique experience of visiting their historic home near the Giant's Causeway.
And importantly, they are consistently receiving awards for their quality.
Exactly. So the clear takeaway from the sources seems to be that Bushmills isn't just another Irish whiskey. It offers a very specific, recognizable profile.
Yeah, built on its ancient foundation, defined by that soft, clean, often fruity and elegant single malt from triple distillation.
And significantly shaped by sherry cask aging in its premium lines. It's profile that really stands out.
Well put.
So here's a final thought for you to consider, thinking about its incredible longevity, surviving centuries of profound change, while staying true to its core craft, that single malt distillation. But still clearly finding ways to innovate, whether it's new cask finishes or, connecting with new audiences like golfers.
Yeah.
What can the story of Bushmills teach you about resilience? About maintaining a distinct identity while still adapting and growing in a constantly changing world?
That's a good question.
It's definitely something to mull over maybe next time you see that iconic bottle on the shelf.